Hello, welcome to my political news opinion review of major news from January of 2020. This is the series where I try to provide my opinion on major news from the previous month and some personal news relating to politics. This practice occurs so that the people have a record of my opinions as I go into the business and political fields that are my passion. Unfortunately, I also sometimes procrastinate, so this video is late. In this video, I cover the beginning of the year and the beginning of a decade that for many has been awful, while others have found progress in their goals. In January of 2020, the following events occurred and will be covered to some extent in this video. Iranian-American missile strikes, the Senate impeachment trial of Donald J. Trump, and all related stories involved there. Additionally, the first phase of the China trade deal was signed. Hillary Clinton continuing to refuse her defeat, the new NAFTA agreement, the coronavirus pandemic, and WV can't wait candidates signed up to run for office together. The Iranian-American missile strikes and tensions. The United States carried out a strike and assassination against Iranian Major General Soleimani, as well as a few others. This assassination was explained as an attempt at ensuring safety and to deter Iranian attacks. The idea that killing a powerful member of leadership will make a country fear us instead of provoke aggression is idiotic and unsupported by any evidence. Predictably, Iranian officials vowed revenge, and many feared the outbreak of World War III. To be clear, a war with Iran or a war with Saudi Arabia will be the start of a World War III, indisputably. This is because the Muslim world is bitterly divided between Shia Muslims and Sunni Muslims, with Iran and Saudi Arabia being the leading countries of them respectively. If we go to war with Iran, then every Shia Muslim country and their allies are at war with the United States. Every Sunni Muslim country and our allies. Therefore, this action by the United States under any other president would have provoked World War III. It only does not under Trump because every country realizes that President Donald Trump is an idiot. Vice President Michael Pence then attempted to save a little bit of credibility by claiming that Soleimani was linked to assisting in the escape of 9/11 terrorists. The most that can possibly point to this that could point this way is that Iran as a whole assisted the terrorists, but not necessarily Soleimani. This means that by automatically assuming that Soleimani was involved, simply because he was a powerful Iranian, the vice president was making a highly racist justification. The resulting backlash from Iran was the removal of American troops from the country, Iran further exploring nuclear capabilities, and the Iranian military launching missiles at American bases in Iraq. This is why it's important that military operations do not happen short-sightedly or otherwise simply due to tensions. The idea of using force as a means toward peace is ridiculous, and was proven wrong again due to this incident. It is good that Soleimani is dead, since he was a terrible person, but the circumstances surrounding it are not acceptable. Impeachment trial of the president. President Donald Trump's impeachment went to trial in the Senate during January. There were no witnesses during the trial, and despite promises that the rules were the same as the Clinton impeachment trial rules, they were not. There should have been witnesses, as the witnesses were those requested in the House during impeachment investigations. It is therefore strategic to investigators, whether they be Congress or detectives in a criminal trial, to send the incomplete but reliable case to court, or in this case the Senate, as the president could be more likely to allow the specific witnesses to a Republican-controlled body. By not accepting witnesses and blowing through the trial, the Senate performed a cover-up of potential crimes by the United States president. If one watches true crime shows, they are likely familiar with such tactics being used in criminal cases and everyday courts as cover-ups. This impeachment became far too partisan, particularly for Republicans who refused to believe that President Trump committed a crime. Now, there are many Democrats who made it partisan as well, but nowhere near as many as Republicans claim. I do thank Mitt Romney for being somewhat less partisan, voting to convict on one of the counts and voting against conviction on the other. This makes Mitt Romney the only person to vote to remove a president of his or her own party from office. The evidence is publicly available, including the closed-door testimony in the impeachment trial, and it starkly shows a criminal president. The UMCA China trade deal and the true effects of trade policy. In January, President Trump took interesting steps in the realm of foreign trade. The United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, aka the USMCA, which replaces NAFTA, was finalized. The USMCA is not really any better than NAFTA, which wasn't a good agreement either. However, due to the president's way of negotiation of ripping up previous agreements to get the same agreement with a different name, I suppose it is better than no agreement. Additionally, President Trump and China lowered tensions in the trade war by lowering tariffs that they themselves had raised only a few months prior. I therefore find it difficult to truly see either of the deals/agreements as progressing or regressing. We are getting nowhere other than raising tensions unnecessarily. Trade policy is difficult, so getting nowhere makes sense, but the best thing to do with free trade and tariffs is to change nothing. I am a progressive and therefore believe in change, but with trade policy, you always end up hurting the economy either way. Free trade hurts the economy and tariffs hurt the economy in different ways. Therefore, the best thing for all Americans is for trade policy to never change again. Other than embargoes being removed, that is the only trade policy shown to improve more than it hurts. Correction. No one likes you. In a documentary, Hillary Clinton made some remarks, and part of them said that no one likes Bernie Sanders and criticized Sanders for being a career politician. And that is absolutely ridiculous, because of course Hillary Clinton is a career politician that has one of the lowest approval ratings of all time. Additionally, Bernie Sanders has an approval rating or favorable view of around 80%, meaning that lots of people like Bernie, and has spent his time in politics always being independent from the major two parties, meaning he has been free to do what was necessary and make the right choices. After people told Clinton how wrong she was, she made a confusing tweet. In the tweet, she both apologized for what she said and doubled down, saying it was her being honest. Mrs. Clinton, you need to retire from the public eye. You will ruin your family's legacy further if you continue to make comments that make you less and less popular. Coronavirus. A virus that became a pandemic was reported and spread quickly in China, having originated in Wuhan, China, and into other countries. The Chinese government has received criticism for their lack of information and their disbelieving of its potential destruction when initially warned. The virus was declared a global emergency in order to quicken the possibility of finding a cure. Other than symptoms, how the virus spreads, and its death toll information, it is difficult to find information. I will unfortunately not be able to cover the virus to its full extent due to those various factors. Please stay safe and get the proper treatment if you get any kind of illness, just in case. WV Can't Wait campaign. Candidates from all over West Virginia joined together in a massive campaign known as West Virginia Can't Wait in the capital, Charleston, to file for the various offices they are running for. The members of the West Virginia Can't Wait campaign are candidates who side with working families, not the, quote, good old boys, end quote, as they like to put it. I personally support many of the candidates, including Stephen Smith for governor, Paula Jean Swearengin for U.S. Senate, and Selena Vickers for House of Delegates District 32. I encourage all West Virginians to look up the West Virginia Can't Wait campaign and look into the candidates, as I believe they are amazing and wonderful leaders that deserve your vote. Please like this video, share it with family and friends, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, making sure to hit the bell icon. Please also check out my Instagram at Lopez4OKill, Twitter at Lopez4OKill, and Facebook, facebook.com/colby.lopez.12, which all should be linked in the description. Please stay safe, wash your hands, and stay calm. I am Colby Lopez, and I approve this message.